you're going from Hyrox mixed doubles to Hyrox singles pro. Why?
Because I'm a nutter. Why? I've been thinking about it for what, a year?
Yeah.
And I think I'm ready.
So why aren't you going and doing open?
Because I've never done open weight. I've only done men's weights. No, I'm not going to say men's weights, because they're not men's weights. I've only done the heavier weight.
Pro weights. You've only done the women's pro weights. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, you know what? Challenge accepted. And I'm going to take some time out to really focus on my weaknesses. I've had so many weaknesses. So what we're going to do is document that new, I hate the word journey, but I'm going to say journey and cringe everybody out. And it gives me a focus, doesn't it? I need a focus. And then you're going to be helping me with that. So and we're doing other things as well, aren't we?
When are you planning on doing your first pro?
Birmingham, October 2025.
Right, so you're giving yourself
a while.
10 months to then train for it. You're not starting from scratch.
Yeah.
You're used to the weight. So one thing we're going to go through now as well is what you need to be doing differently if you're going to go from
scared.
Doubles to pro.
I feel like you're scaring me now.
Go on, so why do you feel scared?
Because we're saying it out loud, fear. I've already got a time in my head, but obviously I'm not going to reveal that. I might do later on down the line.
Yeah.
Pressure, but I'm going to try and do this, and this is why I'm going to document it in a way that it's okay. It might not work out the way I want it to. I might get injured, might not be able to do it, but it's okay to do that, and I'll share everything, as well as trying to run a business. And not a fitness business, by the way.
But you're going from doing the doubles weights, so you're used to the weights.
Used to the weights, not used to
the running.
Yeah.
So the two things that you're not used to is, one, completing all of the workout section.
Yeah.
And two, doing it by yourself.
Doing it by myself.
So the doing it by yourself bit's
it's that
psychological part of it.
It is. It's going to be a very interesting months of training. It is, and I also think a lot of people out there will avoid things due to the fear, and I want to prove, because I'm fearful, so I'm going to prove.
I think most people are fearful and most people avoid things, so it's...
But not being in the fitness industry as well is big, I think, for anybody. You know what, hats off to anybody that train and compete when they work in a office environment or anything like that. So anybody watching this that have a normal job, reach out, let's talk and encourage me to do this, because I am nervous about it.
Go on, so what's actually causing the nerves?
Because I put a lot of pressure on myself to do well, and
so
I think I need to.
You create.
I create my own.
This.
I act like life or death with this. I have done from the beginning, and I need to learn that it's not. And the pressure, doing the best times every time. Sometimes I train when I'm injured and I don't settle down.
On our last mixed doubles one, we took it steady. It's steady-ish. It was still hard.
It was still hard, and
it was still hard, but we weren't pushing everything. And then the pressure for you was lifted.
It was, and I did enjoy it more. It was, and we did get a decent. So basically, backstory: we only started running in June 2022. A couple of years, well, God, 2.5 years now it will be. So we've come from a non-cardio running background. I used to do a bit of running back when I was in my 20s, but then I changed it to heavy weight. So I've got the strength. And what I've also done in the last 2 years is eat a lot more for performance, which has been uncomfortable, which we've talked about in previous videos and nutrition, haven't we? And this has been a massive challenge for both of us, because we both just did a lot of like weight training and slow movements and things. We've got injured, we've done things wrong, we've overtrained, so we've done it all and we've learned from it, and that's why we're doing a whole different way this time. This is my own personal goal, basically.
It won't be a whole different way.
No, but as in, I'm not going to train through injuries, and I'm going to listen to myself.
That's your choice. But the actual training, and that's something we're going to talk about, the difference that your training needs to be compared to what you have been doing. We haven't done loads of you go, I go workouts when we're training together. The only time we really train together, as in we're doing things where it's split up, is when we're doing practicing simulations close to the race. So training wise, it's no real difference. The only difference with your training is because you're doing the pro weights, I know you say you're strong, is you're going to have to get stronger.
I definitely need to get stronger. My glutes are weak. I've got trouble with my hips.
Well, we've just got the full pre-core glute builder range. So there you go. You've got no excuses not getting your glutes stronger.
You know what? My ass has got bigger.
That's the food.
But it's the food. I know it is. It's
and the training, and also not thinking you have to be skinny.
I know.
And if you want to be performing well, you ain't going to be skinny.
So I had an eating disorder. This was going back 10 years ago, where I thought thin was the best way forward, and obviously I've learned now. So I'm in a lot better place, and a lot of fitness people have come from a disordered eating. I feel like they do.
Yeah, a lot of people who do photo shoots go on to then have issues with food.
Honestly, I even talking about this is making me a bit nervous. So I'm just thinking, what am I saying this out loud? Why am I doing this? A lot of people probably wouldn't. I'm saying this now because I've got 10 months left. So I'm all brave now. Wait till next year. But I don't know.
Yeah, but I think you know you're going to be able to complete it all. You know you will. It's just whether you can do it in the time you want to do it in. So that's when the training then comes in. So then,
I reckon if I go steady at it now, if I do it now, I reckon it'd be an hour and a half, do you reckon?
No, I think it'd be quicker than that. But that's where race tactics come into it. Because I know you'll go, well, if I do all my runs slower, well, really, when you're running, your heart rate's not getting excessively high. So it's not about doing your run slower and then going into the workout stations with your heart rate even lower, because they're going to go up on it anyway. It really is, it's getting stronger. So your heart rate doesn't go up as high when you're doing the movements. And it's then using race tactics to break things down. So if I'll have a guess, I know if I was doing a solo one, first of all, I'll be thinking is two of the main ones I'm going to be thinking, and that's going to be the burpees. But then you then just go, okay, you still do it like you can do the doubles. And then you have a little break. And then you go again, you have a little break. Okay, you need to do more.
I've already visualised what I'll do.
And then wall balls, it's just practicing at the end.
I'll do 10 at a time. I already know what I'll do. It's funny, isn't it? I've thought about it a lot over the last year, and there's always that excuse, don't worry. You can tell yourself that you don't want to do something, but that could be because of fear. And you know what? I want to do it but not be so fearful of it. So that's challenging itself. And I'll do whatever it takes to get to that feeling, but we'll see.
So with the training, get stronger. So people might be thinking, oh, well, you just need to build up your endurance. You definitely need to build up your endurance, but you have to have that strength in the first place. So you need to have that strength in the first place to get that sled moving when it's at the furthest distance without your heart rate going absolutely through the roof because it's a max effort. That's when you need to get stronger. But then it's not then going, oh, it's just endurance. You have to be able to do all of this all in one go. You use your tactics. You break it up. You go, okay, I'm going to pull it 5 meters. I'm then going to pull it 6 meters. I'm then going to pull the last little bit. However you break it up, you just work out. And again, that's where those simulations come important because you can practice it. Yeah, exactly. And have your tactics going into it.
Yeah, I'd like to do it, but I'd like to go pro weight, even though people said just do open weight. No.
I don't think it will take you too much with your training to get used to having to do it all and you having the strength.
The only issue is, let me tell you some injuries. I go and see physio now and again, which you should do. It's my hips, it's my lower back, and my inner. I've had a couple of injuries in my, not injuries, where it's a bit tired and heavy in there and sore. What's that?
So it's on your adductor. So it's working on strengthening all your weaknesses.
Yeah, I know.
And that can be your first block of training. You maintain everything else while strengthening all your weaknesses.
Without getting bored of doing Hyrox training. So we've had our moments where it gets dull. And you think, oh, I need a break, so we have a break, and then it's back again.
It does, but that's why your training doesn't always have to be Hyrox. You can step right away from everything Hyrox and just do way more weight training. Focus on getting strong. Put in some of your running to maintain your running. Put in some of the Hyrox stuff if you just want to keep it involved. But you wouldn't have to do a wall ball for 4 months. It wouldn't matter. You just get stronger at squats, get stronger at deadlifts to help with your sled pulls and everything else you can do without doing anything Hyrox. So if you're doing any training, you're thinking, oh, I'm getting a bit bored of doing this Hyrox stuff, just change up what you're training. Change up to be strong at everything and then be a good all-round athlete when you know you can step in and go, actually, I can do Hyrox. If I do some specific Hyrox training for 8 weeks before and bring everything you've done together. I'd say the only thing you can't take out is, you can't take out your running. You can't take out your aerobic work. So you could do less running and do more cycling. You could do less running and do more than whatever it is you enjoy, as long as you're still working that base level of fitness. But you will need to include some running because we've been there and done. If you don't run, it definitely affects you running, even if you are doing a lot of other biking. Yeah. So it's getting that balance right of enjoying your training, getting what you want from your training, but then developing your weaknesses but then working on developing your strengths. Always work on your strengths as well.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll keep you updated, and we are going to share more content around that and what training we're doing as well. But I will tailor my nutrition around it as well, but I'm not doing everything all at once, because if you bring everything in all at once, you won't do it, will you? So I need to focus on an area.
What do you mean?
So I'm going to not eat chocolate. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but if you're training hard, if you're cutting out the chocolate, you're going to have to replace it with something else, unless your weight's going up, which, ignoring Christmas, it doesn't.
I've ate loads, by the way.
Yeah, that's ignoring Christmas. So if you're cutting something out, you have to add something else back in to keep your calories where they need to be.
Let us know if you're doing a solo pro female.
Or if you've done one and now you got on.
Yeah, I want to hear more. I'm excited about I'm excited, it's nervous, but nerves and excitement feel the same. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait to share more. We'll share more on Hyrox Workouts, Instagram stories.